Elder. Go ahead, Larry Elder. This is your, this is your time to shine.
Hi. My father told me when you get pulled over by the police, say yes, sir, say no, sir, say yes, ma'am, say no, ma'am. Make sure your left hand is at 10 o'clock. Make sure your right hand is at 2 o'clock. Make sure your paperwork is in order. And if you feel you're misspeaking, get a dash number. If that advice had been followed by Michael Brown, by Jacob Blake, by Eric Gardner, by Freddie Gray, we would not have the tragedy that we've had. So you're making things worse by falsely accusing police officers of engaging in systemic racism. You're also causing officers to retire early. Police stations are having recruitment problems, so that in Chicago they're down 1,000 officers. And the former police commissioner of New York, Ray Kelly, says now only 7% of officers say they would recommend the job to a friend or to...
Larry Elder, you might not agree with his ideas or his policies. He comes across as measured and logical, and the progressive voice. He made an interesting comment where he said that all he's got to do is, make this election about Larry Elder versus Gavin Newsom, and then just say that Larry Elder is a libertarian. Look at all the crazy views that this libertarian believes in. He's, against the war on drugs. He wants a $0 minimum wage. He's against crime. I'm not for sure, but I don't know all the extreme libertarian views, but policy is fair play. Policy is totally fair play, so if that's true, then let's see, these, outrageous libertarian right-wing, far right-wing libertarian ideas of Larry L. Dare. Okay, so now we have the progressive voice. He voted wrong. He voted incorrect. He makes good points from time to time, so I want you to listen, to him to get a sense of what he is and what he's doing, and then we'll go hear how he messed up when it came to voting. He fucked it all up. The progressive voice, I was giving you all the credit, but
these
you
are
fucked it all up.
That are Larry Elder, and so what Newsom needs to do is he needs to turn this into me versus Larry Elder. It needs to be Gavin Newsom versus Larry Elder, and so, in my opinion, all Gavin Newsom would have to do is he would have to run ads that show the polling numbers, that show that Larry Elder is leading the pack, and then all he would have to explain is literally just put the videos of him saying stuff like he doesn't believe in a minimum wage in the video, and all the crazy stuff that he says because he's a libertarian lunatic. And at that point, you essentially will be able to convert enough apathetic Democrats to voting for you. You might even get a couple Republicans to vote for you. I'm not saying it's going to be statistically significant maybe, and this close to a race, maybe it'll flip. I have no idea. But that's all that he needs to do in this race, because that's the only reason why he's losing. So he needs to be honest to people. It's not even really being deceptive in any way, because it is him versus Larry Elder. He is a libertarian lunatic. So that's just what you need to show to people. And the fact that he's not doing this is pretty bad, because it's a very easy way for him to win. And so they have some...
So, good point there, progressive voice. That was it, I don't know. But, okay, so let's go to the very beginning. Listen very carefully, okay? When you go to vote, California, you can vote yes or you can vote no. You want to recall Gavin Newsom? You want to throw this motherfucker to the curb? No? You want to keep him? Oh, okay. You want to throw him to the curb? Oh, all right. You want to throw him to the curb? You want to keep him? I don't give a shit. Vote for the second fucking part. The second part is if he gets recalled, who do you want to be the governor? If he gets recalled, who do you want to be the governor? Gavin Newsom has told the people, and this is probably why the progressive voice has done it, but not only are you going to have voter apathy and a large enthusiasm gap, you're going to have a lot of motherfuckers vote incorrectly. They're going to vote no on the recall, and they're going to leave the second part blank. You vote no on the recall. Do you want him to be recalled? No. By keeping it blank, that doesn't help Gavin Newsom whatsoever. All that does is it hurts the Democratic Party or the progressives. It hurts anybody that leaves it blank because you just cut your power in half. If Gavin Newsom is not recalled, then I guess it doesn't fucking matter. But if Gavin Newsom is recalled, then that means that the Democrats who left the second part blank may have cost California the election, may have just handed the election straight to Larry Elder. So the Progressive Voice may have just handed this election straight to Larry Elder. Why? Because he could not find, out of 46 candidates, one of those candidates to vote for. Not a single one of those candidates were progressive or smart or intelligent enough for Mr. Progressive Voice man here. So, not, Dan Kapilovich, nope, not John Robert Drake, not even Angel Lynn. Check out Angel Lynn, the porn star. Apparently Angel Lynn she's got a lot of progressive planks. I would consider Angel Lynn the third most progressive, out of all the candidates that I have seen so far. So Angel Lynn is surprisingly progressive. She's against universal health care. She's for the insurance companies, so she's not for single-payer health care. And she seems to hate jury duty a lot. But anyways, this isn't about Angel Lynn. This is about the Progressive Voice voting incorrectly. So listen to how he voted.
So, the California recall election is going on right now. Larry Elder, a very fringe libertarian host who is not mainstream at all, is somehow leading the polls to replace Gavin Newsom if he is to be recalled. It's very shocking. But ballots have gotten sent out. I got my ballot probably like a week, maybe even more than a week ago. I turned it in a couple days later. I personally voted no on the recall, obviously. But I didn't fill out anybody on the replacement spot because not only was it what everybody was saying to do in terms of Gavin and the California Democratic Party and stuff like that, but if you actually see the ballot, there's like 5 trillion candidates on there.
There's not 5 trillion candidates, there's 46 candidates, and it's just front and back, so it's, you could have looked through the damn list, you could have researched, you could have Googled a couple fucking names, goddammit. So the Progressive Voice is a Californian, and not only do you have a Jackson Hinkle, you have, a lot of Democrats, and especially young adults are not going to fucking vote. So, okay, thank you, apathy, thank you, but, we don't need that. Get the fuck, okay. So you're going to have voter apathy, and you're going to have people that's going to fuck up when it comes to voting. So California, again, pay attention. He left the second part blank, and he fucked it up. And he may have just crossed the Progressive Voice may have just handed California straight to Larry Elder. Thanks a lot, Progressive Voice. How progressive is that? He's so damn progressive. Do you want to recall him? Nope. But if he was recalled, who do you want to become the next governor? Nobody. If he's not recalled, then I don't even want to think about another world. They are holding the goddamn election hostage. They're holding it fucking hostage. And I guess that's the tactic, right? So just what they call bare knuckler, right? Just fucking knuckle down, go in there, hold your fucking nose. Gavin Newsom, you don't want the whole thing to collapse, right? You don't want to give it to the Republicans. Fucking let Gavin have it. Give it to motherfucking, make sure you go out to vote. 60%, that's enough. It's mail-in ballots, right? Goddamn, if the fucking Democrats can't turn a mail-in ballot, maybe they don't deserve to fucking run goddamn California. Oh, we didn't really want to turn in the mail-in ballot. Well, why not? You didn't have the stamp, the 50 cents? Or, nah, I just don't give a shit about California, the Republic, or anybody. Just don't care about others. I just don't give a shit about the state or the community, or really, it's just about me, and I didn't see my name on the ballot. You could write your own name in. What? You didn't tell me that. I think I will vote now. I'm going to vote myself for every position.
And so not only is it at that point that it's like, I don't even know who these people are. Like, the big Democrat was like Kevin Paffrath, and he's like some douchebag, like landlord who like lies to his tenants, and he says a JFK-style Democrat. JFK was very progressive, by the way, so he doesn't even know what the fuck he's talking about, so I'm not voting for that douchebag. But all the other people are mostly Republicans. And, like, you can vote for, like, a random candidate, but, A, you probably don't know what they stand for, and then, B, what's the chance they actually win? Like, this is going to be an extreme plurality thing, so it just kind of seemed like a waste of time. And I think that the plan of the I know that the plan of the Gavin Newsom campaign, what they're trying to do is they're saying just vote no on the recall, don't vote for anybody else in a replacement. And that seems to be because when Gray Davis was recalled, Bustamante, his lieutenant governor, ran to be his replacement, and that ended up confusing voters who actually didn't like Gray Davis and wanted Bustamante. They voted yes on the recall and then voted for him, so for Bustamante. So this is the right strategy, in my opinion. Definitely seems to hold out. But this article says, growing scrutiny over Elder Royals' California recall election. There's a flood of scrutiny over conservative radio host Larry Elder's California gubernatorial recall bid over past conduct and controversial remarks is given Republicans.
Well, I'll listen to this for another minute, but again, the progressive voice fucked up. You heard him say it. You heard him say that he let the fucking second part blank. If Gavin Newsom is recalled, vote for the fucking second part, because it doesn't matter if you agree with him being recalled or not. It's just saying it's giving you a chance to vote for governor. Do you want to vote for the fucking governor? He just got thrown out. So do you want to vote for the new governor coming in, or you're just like, I want Gavin Newsom, and if I don't get Gavin Newsom, I'll never vote for anybody else. That makes no fucking sense. That makes no fucking sense. The way it's actually set up, because, this is genius. The way it's set up is fair. It's fair. So instead of thinking, okay, you got to be the person that votes yes or no, and then you got to be the person that votes for governor, no, you could say, I am against recall. I want to keep Gavin Newsom in there. If he happens to get recalled, then you can vote for who the next governor is going to be. So you can vote against the recall. You do not want him to be recalled. You want Gavin Newsom to remain as the governor. So you can vote to, no recall, have him remain as the governor. If he gets chucked out anyways, then you get to vote for the next governor. And you do that right on the same ballot. So you can go ahead and say, keep Gavin, and you can vote for, the progressive, whoever. So the Democrat, this is a terrible fucking strategy by the Democratic Party. They should have had a backup fucking, yes, why would they not? That makes no sense. It makes no sense. Because if you can vote, why wouldn't you vote? It's like you're throwing half of your power away. Flip a fucking coin. God damn it, heads or tails. Is he going to get recalled? Flip a fucking coin, okay? He gets recalled. Did you vote for another motherfucker? Why not? Why didn't you vote for another motherfucking person? It's a 50-50 chance. He can get recalled, right? Yes. Or he can't. No. It's either a yes or no. It's a 50-50 choice. It's a fucking, the polls are saying it's 50-50. Motherfucker, it's 50-50. It's a heads or tails. It's a coin toss. So, heads or tails, coin toss. You want him recalled? Yeah. Okay, who do you want to be the new governor? I'm not going to fucking fill in the bubble because I'm such a Gavin Newsom supporter. I love him so fucking much. I'm going to sabotage the whole state and the whole election and everybody and everything just so I can get my fucking way. I think it's super simple, so maybe that's the appeal. You could tell the stupid-ass rabble, the dumb voters, just vote, keep him in, and keep the rest blank. But that's terrible. That's dumb. And there should have been a backup plan, and Kevin Paffrath is a fucking douchebag. And, he's a YouTuber or whatever, so he might actually be the, Democrat, but he's a fucking right-winger. There's other people. There's Dan Lovitz, Keppel Lovitz, and then there's John Robert Drake, and then fucking Angel Lynn. Shockingly, I would say she might be one of her. She's got a very well-developed platform. She has many progressive planks on her platform. So I don't know if she wrote it or somebody. There's some intelligence behind Angel Lynn's campaign, which I'll talk about later on. So, all right, progressive voice. What are you saying about Larry Elder?
Headaches and Democrats' hope in a surprisingly close contest. Elder, who boasts broad name recognition from his radio career, burst into the race in July, becoming a leading contender among the candidates seeking to replace Governor Gavin Newsom if he gets booted. But allegations that he brandished a gun as ex-fiancée and made offensive remarks about women are threatening to derail Republican efforts to oust Newsom and could end up providing a lifeline to the governor. Quote, I think if people are scared of the fact that Larry Elder is going to become the next governor, they'll just vote no on recalling Newsom, said Randy Economy, an early organizer of the recall effort. Sure, there's a concern. controversy surrounding elders throwing an 11th hour curveball into the month-long effort by Republicans to boot Newsom. So basically what's going on is the reason why Newsom is in such a close race is because of Democratic voters' apathy. And so apathy is just generally not caring about politics and not really being interested in it, not taking part in it. And so what you see is in the registered voters poll, he's always leading by like 12 to 14 points. But registered voters are not representative of voters who are going to vote. So that's why all the polls have to be likely voters, LV. Always look for LV when you're looking at polls for that reason.
Ballots have been
but once
mailed
you go
to
to the
all
LV, it actually comes
voters
down a
asking
lot.
whether
It
the
becomes really
governor
close
should
within
be
single
replaced,
digits.
and if so, by whom?
Radio host Larry Elder wants the governor recalled. He wants to replace him. He is leading in all of the polls as the replacement candidate, and he joins us now. Larry, great to see you.
Alex, thank you for having me. You referred to me as a radio host. I'm also somebody who once owned a small business. I ran it for 14 years. It didn't go bankrupt. I didn't liquidate it. I sold it, and it kept going on for years and years. I only mention that because one of the problems I think we're having in Sacramento is because a lot of these people have never run a lemonade stand. They pass all sorts of rules and regulations, and they make it hard for businesses to operate and cost a lot of middle-class jobs to leave California. So I'd like people to emphasize the fact that I have practical experience, real-world experience, not just yapping on talk radio.
But you've never held political office.
Well, you know what? Neither did AOC. She used to be a bartender. That didn't seem to hold her back. A guy named Ronald Reagan came out of Hollywood. He wasn't writing and thinking about these issues for 27 years, as I have been. He became a pretty decent two-term governor, pretty decent two-term president. So there are a lot of people that have not had experience and turn out to be okay. My opponent has had a great deal of experience. He was elected twice as mayor of San Francisco. He had 8 years to spend as the lieutenant governor of California to plan what he would do as governor. And for the last 2 years, we've seen a rise in crime, a rise in homelessness, a decline in the quality of public education, and people leaving California for the first time in our state's 170-year history. So practical political experience without common sense doesn't get you very far.
He would say that the COVID numbers in California right now are better in other states better in this state than in other states because of his policies. Here's a question, though. Right now, we see the Delta variant sort of exploding in this state. If things get worse, is there any scenario where you would change your current idea that we need no mask mandates and no vaccine mandates?
Well, the Delta variant seems to be afflicting mostly people who have not been vaccinated. I have been vaccinated. I'm not anti-vax because of my age, because of other comorbidities. My doctor strongly recommended that I be vaccinated, and I was. And it strikes me that the people who are being affected mostly by the Delta variant are people who have not been vaccinated. Furthermore, the symptoms that people are having are far less severe than they used to be. The hospitalizations are up, but the deaths aren't really up that high. And remember, the whole reason that we shut down the state was to buy time for vaccines and to buy time for treatments and to make sure that we did not have a rush on our healthcare system. There wouldn't be a rush on ventilators and on ICUs. And it seems to me so far our healthcare system